Long ago, in a small quiet village, surrounded by green hills and dusty roads, lived a young girl named Amina. Amina was known in the village for two things: her kind heart and her big dreams. Every morning before the sun rose, she helped her mother fetch water from the river and prepared food for her younger brothers. Life in the village was simple. There were no tall buildings, no bright lights, and no busy streets. Only small houses made of mud walls and tin roofs. But every evening, Amina would sit on a small rock near the hill and look far into the distance. Beyond those hills was the city, a place she had only heard about in stories, a place where people said dreams could come true. One evening, Amina turned to her mother and said softly, "Mother, one day I will go to the city and change our lives." Her mother smiled gently. "My daughter," she said, "the city is not easy, but if your heart is strong, your path will open." Years passed. When Amina turned 19, she packed a small bag with 2 dresses, a notebook, and the little money her mother had saved. The next morning, the whole village gathered to say goodbye. Her mother hugged her tightly. "Never forget where you came from," she whispered. And with that, Amina stepped onto the old bus heading toward the city. The journey was long. When the bus finally entered the city, Amina stared through the window in amazement. Tall buildings touched the sky. Cars moved like rivers through the streets. People rushed everywhere. The city was louder, faster, and far more difficult than she imagined. The first weeks were hard. Amina searched for work everywhere, but many people turned her away. "You have no experience," they said. Some nights she slept in a tiny shared room with 4 other girls. Some days she ate only bread and tea. But Amina remembered her mother's words. "If your heart is strong, your path will open." One afternoon, while walking through a busy market, she saw a woman struggling to arrange vegetables at a small stall. Amina walked up and said politely, "May I help you?" The woman looked at her and nodded. From that day, Amina began helping at the stall. She worked harder than anyone else. She woke up early. She greeted customers warmly. She learned how to count money, organize products, and speak confidently. Months passed. Customers began coming not just for vegetables, but for Amina's smile and kindness. One day, the stall owner called her aside. "You have something special," she said. "I want you to manage this stall." Amina could hardly believe it. Years later, that small stall grew into a large shop, then another, and another. Amina had become a successful businesswoman in the city. But no matter how successful she became, she never forgot her village. One bright morning, many years later, a shiny car drove slowly into the dusty village road. Children ran behind it laughing. When the door opened, Amina stepped out. Her mother stood frozen in surprise. Then tears filled her eyes. Amina hugged her tightly. "Mother," she said softly, "our dream has come true." Soon the village saw new things appear: a small school, a clean water well, and new opportunities for young people. All because one girl from a humble village believed in her dream. And that is why the elders say, no matter how far the road takes you, never forget the place where your journey began.